I am M.Denushan from grade 10B. I am studying at Jaffna Hindi College. Today I am going to discuss with you about the formula, which means I will explain how to change the subject of the formula and the substitution. I would like to share another thing with you, that the formula is the easiest subject which is included in the syllabus. Most of the students won't give importance for this, but we have to give importance for this. And now let's look into the introduction to the formula. A relationship between two or more quantities is expressed as a formula, and the quantities in the formula are known as variables. Usually the subject of the formula is in the left hand side of the formula, and the variables are in the right hand side of the formula. For example, in the formula y is equal to mx plus c, the y is the subject of the formula and the mx plus c are the variables in the formula. These are some of the examples used in the calculations. A is equal to pi r squared, E is equal to v plus f minus 2, C is equal to 2 pi r, and y is equal to mx plus c, and the last one is v is equal to u plus 8t. Changing the subject of the formula, this is the important thing in the formula. This is the worked examples shown by me. Here we have to make a as a subject of the formula, v is equal to u plus 8t. In the formula, the variable a is multiplied by t. Therefore we have to make at as a subject. For that purpose we have to subtract u from both sides to obtain at as a subject. By simplifying, we obtain that v minus u is equal to 8t, and then we have to divide by t for both sides to make a as the subject. Then finally we can obtain that a is equal to v minus u over t with a as the subject. And here we have to make n as the subject of the formula. For that, first we have to divide by al for both sides to remove the al in the right hand side. By simplifying, we obtain that s over a plus l equal n over 2. But here we have to make n as a subject. For that purpose we have to multiply by 2 for both sides. By simplifying, we obtain that n is equal to 2s over a plus l, and this is the answer. In the formula L is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d, we have to make n as a subject. For that we have to subtract a from both sides. By that we can obtain that n minus 1 into d as the subject. And now then we have to divide d for both sides to make n minus 1 as a subject of the formula. By simplifying, we obtain that n minus 1 equal to l minus a over d. Then we have to add 1 for both sides to remove the one in the left hand side of the equation to make n as a subject. By simplifying, we obtain that n is equal to l minus a over d plus 1. Now let's move to the next question. In the formula we have to make r as the subject. For that purpose we can directly divide by 2 pi for both sides to make r as a subject. By simplifying this, we can obtain that r is equal to c over 2 pi. Now let's move into the other question. In the formula a is equal to b minus 2c, we have to make c as the subject. For that purpose, before making the subject, we have to look into the coefficient of the formula. In the formula a is equal to b minus 2c, the coefficient of the 2c is negative. but we have to make that as positive. For that purpose we have to add 2C for both sides. By simplifying we obtain that b is equal to a plus 2c, but we want to change c as a subject. For that purpose we have to subtract a from both sides. By simplifying we obtain that 2c equal b minus a, and then we have to divide by 2 for both sides to remove the 2 in the left hand side of the equation. By simplifying we obtain that c is equal to b minus a over 2 with c as a subject. Substitution. Substitution is another important thing in the formula. We can find the value of unknown by substituting the given values in the formula. There are two methods of substitution. The method one is substituting the given values directly, and the other method is changing the value of unknown as a subject, and then substitute and find the value of that. Now let's look into the examples. The example question is find the value of m in the formula y is equal to mx plus c when y is equal to 5, c is equal to 2 and x is equal to 1. First we'll look into the method 1, substituting the given values directly. Here y is equal to mx plus c, y is equal to 5, we have to find the m, x is equal to 1 and c is equal to 2. By simplifying we obtain that m is equal to 5 minus 2, therefore the answer is m is equal to 3. And the second method is changing the unknown value as a subject of the formula and then substitute. Here we have to make m as a subject. For that purpose we have to divide, we have to subtract c from both sides, then we have to divide by x for both sides, and then finally we obtain the answer m is equal to y minus c over x, and by then we can substitute easily. 5 minus 2 over 1 is equal to 3. Now let's look into the questions. Here we have to find the value of c when y is equal to 10, m is equal to 2 and x is equal to 3 in the formula y is equal to mx plus c. We can find the values by directly. Now we can substitute. Then we obtain the answer 10 is equal to 6 plus c. To find the c we have to subtract 6 from both sides. By that we can obtain the answer c is equal to 4. This is the answer, and we'll move to the next question. Here we have to find the value of a when b is equal to 7 and c is equal to 6. In the formula a is equal to b plus c minus 2. Here we can find the a very easily. We can substitute directly. Be aware of the arithmetic operation and the BODMAS order. First we have to add the values in the bracket, and then we have to subtract 2 from there. Therefore the final answer is a is equal to 11. In the formula we have to find the value of r when a is equal to 88 and pi is equal to 22 by 7. In the formula a is equal to 2 pi r. First we have to make r as a subject. R is equal to a over 2 pi. Then we can substitute the values directly. A is equal to 88 over 2 into 22 by 7. By simplifying we obtain the answer 2 into 7. The answer is 14. Therefore r is equal to 14. Here we have to find the value of d when L is equal to 22, A is equal to minus 5 and n is equal to 10 in the formula. L is equal to n minus 1 into d. For that purpose, first we have to make d as the subject. First we have to subtract a from both sides, and then we obtain that n minus 1 into d as a subject. For make d as a subject, we have to divide by n minus 1 for both sides. By simplifying, we obtain that d is equal to L minus a over n minus 1. Then we can substitute the given values directly. L is equal to 22 minus a is equal to minus 5. Be aware of the negative sign. And n is equal to 10 minus 1. By simplifying, we obtain that 27 over 9, that is equal to 3. Therefore d is equal to 3. This is a new thing which is included in the grade 11 syllabus, changing the subject of the formula containing squares and square roots. This is the worked example shown by me. Here we have to make r as a subject, but first for that purpose, first we have to make r squared as a subject of the formula, and then change r squared as r by taking the square roots of both sides. Therefore a is equal to pi r squared, then r squared equal a over pi. By taking the taking the square root of both sides, we can obtain the answer r is equal to root a over pi with r as a subject. And let's look into another example. In the formula t is equal to 2 pi root L over g, we have to make L as a subject. For that purpose, we have to divide 2 pi from both sides. By that we obtain t over 2 pi equal root L over g. Then we have to square both sides to remove the root remove the square root sign in the right hand side of the equation. By simplifying, we obtain that t squared over 4 pi squared is equal to L over g. Now we have to make L as a subject. For that purpose, we have to multiply by g for both sides. By simplifying, we obtain that L is equal to gt squared over 4 pi squared. Now let's look into the exercise. In the formula, s is equal to a plus root b. We have to make b as a subject of the formula, but the b containing the root. First, we have to make root b as the subject of the formula. For that purpose, we have to subtract a from both sides. By simplifying, we obtain that root b is equal to s minus a. Then we have to square both sides to remove the root symbol in the left hand side of the equation. By simplifying, we obtain the answer b is equal to s minus a squared. Now let's move to the next question. In the formula a squared plus b squared equal to c squared, we have to make b as a subject. First, we have to make b squared as a subject. For that, we have to subtract a squared from both sides. By simplifying, we obtain the answer b squared is equal to c squared minus a squared. Then we have to take the root of both sides to remove the square in the b. C squared minus a squared. By simplifying this, we can obtain b is equal to root c squared minus a squared with b as a subject. And here this is the answer. Now let's move to another question. Here we have to make r as a subject of the formula. A is equal to r squared, capital R squared minus small r squared. For that purpose we have to divide by pi for both sides. Then by simplifying we can obtain that a over pi equal to capital R squared minus small r squared. But we have to make the coefficient of r squared as positive. For that purpose we have to add r squared for both sides. Then we can obtain that r squared plus a over pi equal to capital R squared. But we have to make small r as a subject. For that we have to subtract a over pi for both sides. Then we obtain that r squared is equal to capital R squared minus a over pi. Then we have to take the root of both sides to make r squared as r. By simplifying we obtain that r is equal to root r squared minus a over pi in the formula v is equal to a squared h over 3. We have to make a as the subject, but the a is multiplied by another a and h and totally divided by 3. First we have to make a square h as a subject. For that purpose we have to multiply by 3 for both sides, and by simplifying we obtain that then we have to make a squared as the subject. For that purpose we have to divide by h for both sides. By simplifying we obtain the answer a squared 3v over h. Then we have to take the root for both sides to make a as a subject. By simplifying we obtain that a is equal to root 3v over h. This is the final answer. Substitution. We have to be aware of the roots and squares when substituting the equation formula which is containing the squares and roots. In the formula v is equal to 1 by 3 pi r squared h. We have to find the value of r squared when v is equal to 132 and pi is equal to 22 by 7 and h is equal to 14. We can substitute the given values directly as shown here, and then we have to make r squared as the subject. R squared equal to 132 21 over 22 into 14. By simplifying we obtain the answer then we obtain that 36 over 4, that's equal to 9. Then r squared equal to 9. Then we have to take the root of both sides, and by simplifying we obtain that r square r is equal to 3. Here we have to find the value of a when v is equal to 10, u is equal to 0 and s is equal to 10. In the formula v is equal to u squared plus 2as. Here we don't have to change the subject of the formula, we can substitute directly. By simplifying, we obtain the answer 100 is equal to 20a. We have to find a value of a. For that purpose, we have to make a as a subject. Then a is equal to 100 over 20. Therefore, the answer is 5. Now let's move to the next question. Find the value of x when y is equal to 6 and z is equal to 10 in the formula x is equal to root y plus z. Here we can substitute the values directly and find the value of x, but we have to be aware of the root. Here we can find that x is equal to root y plus z. We can substitute the given values directly. X is equal to root y is equal to 6 and z is equal to 6 and z is equal to 10. We had to add 6 and 10, we obtain that 16. We had to simplify this, and finally the answer is x is equal to 4. And this is the important question, because by substituting the values we obtain the value for the k squared, but then they have asked to find the value of k. After substituting, we have to take the root for both sides. By that we obtain the value for k. Okay, now let's do the k squared is equal to L into m. Then we can substitute the given values directly. L is equal to 9, m is equal to 4. We obtain the answer 36. K squared is equal to 36, but we have to find the answer for k. For that purpose, we have to root both sides. Then by simplifying that, we obtain the answer k is equal to 6. This is the answer. This is the incorrect answer. Now let's move to the last question. Here we have to find the value of t when L is equal to 490, G is equal to 10, and pi is equal to 22/7 in the equation t is equal to 2 pi root L over G. We can find the values directly in this formula. Two into 10⁻⁷ into root L is equal to 490 over G is equal to 10. We have to simplify the answer. We have to solve 44/7 is equal to root 49 into root 49. Root 49 is equal to root 49 is equal to 7. By simplifying, we obtain the answer t is equal to 44. And by doing many types of exercises, we can break any types of complex question easily. And this is the fact that we get from the subject formula. And thank you.